Beloved people, when someone dismisses your feelings, it's as if they're saying that your experiences, your emotions, and your heart don't matter. They might brush off your sadness, minimize your joy, or ignore your anger altogether. Instead of sitting with you in your pain or celebrating with you in your triumphs, they invalidate you with phrases like, it's not a big deal, or you're overreacting. This dismissal is not just a passing slight, it's a signal that they're unwilling to invest in the emotional depth and vulnerability that relationships require. Imagine sharing a deeply personal struggle with someone, hoping for understanding and comfort, only to be met with a shrug or indifference. This response doesn't just sting, it creates a chasm of isolation. It teaches you to bottle up your emotions, to second guess your worth, and to silence your voice. Over time, you may find yourself suppressing your feelings to avoid judgment or ridicule, which is a disservice to your authentic self. People who care about you lean in when emotions arise. They don't step back. They ask questions, they listen without judgment, and they honor your experiences even if they don't fully understand them. When someone dismisses your feelings, they deny you the space to process, heal, and grow. It becomes clear that they are not invested in the mutual trust and respect that true connection demands. Remember, beloved, your emotions are valid and your experiences matter. You deserve people in your life who validate your feelings, not those who diminish them. Surround yourself with those who see your emotions not as inconveniences, but as invitations to deepen the bond between you. Life is too short to silence your heart for those who refuse to hear its rhythm. Beloved, when someone consistently prioritizes themselves over you, it's more than just a habit, it's a reflection of their values. These are the people who, no matter the situation, always put their needs, desires, and convenience above your well-being. They might expect you to accommodate their schedule, cater to their preferences, or sacrifice your time and energy. At first, it might seem like they're just assertive or focused on their goals, but over time, you begin to realize that their world revolves solely around them, leaving little to no room for your needs. This behavior can manifest in subtle ways, like choosing a dinner spot they prefer without considering your dietary restrictions, or in larger, more consequential decisions, like ignoring your input on major life plans. You might find yourself compromising again and again, hoping they'll eventually reciprocate, only to realize that the relationship feels one-sided. Their inability or unwillingness to prioritize you is not just inconvenient, it sends a clear message. Their comfort is more important than your happiness. Healthy relationships are built on mutual care and compromise. When someone genuinely cares for you, they create space for your needs alongside theirs. They understand that love is not about keeping score, but about ensuring that both parties feel valued and respected. When someone consistently prioritizes themselves, they erode the foundation of trust and equality that every relationship needs to thrive. It leaves you feeling undervalued, as if you're just an accessory to their story rather than a central character in a shared journey. Beloved, it's important to recognize this pattern and protect your heart. You deserve relationships where your needs are not just an afterthought, but a priority. Life is too rich and beautiful to spend it in the shadow of someone else's self-centeredness. Choose to surround yourself with people who honor your presence, celebrate your worth, and understand that prioritizing each other is the true essence of connection. Beloved, nothing reveals the depth of a relationship like moments of hardship. It is in these times when the weight of life feels heaviest, when you're stretched thin, and when your heart aches, that you truly see who stands with you and who vanishes into the background. When someone disappears when you need them most, it's a betrayal that leaves scars. Their absence speaks louder than words, conveying that your struggles are not worth their time or energy. These individuals often surface when times are good. They're present when there's laughter to share, celebrations to enjoy, or favors to gain. But the moment the tides turn, when you face loss, heartbreak, or challenges, they retreat. They might offer excuses or avoid your calls, leaving you to carry your burdens alone. Their inconsistency teaches you that their support is conditional, based on their convenience rather than any genuine care or commitment. True care is proven in the trenches of life, not just during its mountaintop moments. Those who genuinely love you will show up even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or emotionally taxing. They'll sit with you in silence during your grief, lend a hand when you're overwhelmed, and remind you that you are not alone. Their presence doesn't always come with solutions, but with the reassurance that someone is walking beside you through the storm. Beloved, take note of who remains and who disappears when life gets hard. The ones who vanish show you where you don't belong, because you deserve relationships that are steady and dependable, not fleeting and situational. Surround yourself with people who stay, who see your pain and respond with compassion. Those are the ones who truly care, the ones who understand that being there for each other is not optional. It's essential. Let go of those who vanish and make room for those who will hold space for you when you need it most. Beloved, one of the most damaging behaviors someone can exhibit is undermining your confidence. Confidence is the foundation of how you see yourself and your place in the world. It's fragile, built over time through experience, growth, and self-acceptance. When someone you trust subtly or blatantly chips away at it, they're not just hurting your feelings, they're planting seeds of doubt that can take root and grow into self-criticism, hesitation, and fear. People who undermine your confidence often use tactics that seem small at first. They might disguise their criticism as jokes, make you second guess your decisions, or offer backhanded compliments like, "You did great," for someone like you. These actions may appear harmless in isolation, but over time, they create a pattern that erodes your sense of self-worth. You start to question your abilities, your value, and even your dreams. Their words become a mirror, reflecting a distorted version of yourself that isn't true but feels real. This behavior often stems from their own insecurities. People who undermine others do so because they fear being outshined or left behind. By keeping you small, they feel bigger. But beloved, their actions are not a reflection of your worth. They're a reflection of their own internal battles. Recognizing this doesn't make their behavior acceptable, but it can help you see that their opinions are not the truth. Your worth is not determined by someone else's inability to see it. You deserve relationships that uplift you, not ones that make you doubt your value. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your achievements, encourage your growth, and remind you of your strengths when you forget. Confidence is a gift, and it thrives in an environment of support, encouragement, and love. Don't allow anyone to dim your light for their comfort. Stand tall, beloved, knowing that your potential is limitless, and no one has the right to make you feel less than you are. Beloved, one of the most telling signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is their lack of interest in your growth. Growth is a natural and necessary part of life. It's how we evolve, reach new heights, and become the best versions of ourselves. When someone shows no curiosity about your aspirations or makes no effort to support your progress, they're revealing that they don't value the fullness of who you are or who you're becoming. People who don't care about your growth often focus only on how you serve their needs in the moment. They might discourage you from pursuing opportunities, dismiss your goals as unrealistic, or fail to celebrate your achievements. Instead of cheering you on, they remain indifferent, making you feel like your progress is insignificant. Over time, this indifference can weigh on your spirit, causing you to question whether your goals are even worth pursuing. True care means investing in someone's journey, not just their presence. The people who genuinely love you will ask about your dreams, listen to your challenges, and celebrate your milestones, no matter how small. They understand that growth is not just about achievement, it's about transformation. and they want to be part of that process with you. When someone shows no interest in your growth, it's a sign that they are more invested in keeping you where you are rather than helping you become all that you're meant to be. Beloved, you deserve relationships that nurture your potential and encourage your evolution. Seek out people who are inspired by your vision, who challenge you to reach higher, and who stand by you as you navigate the ups and downs of self-improvement. Let go of those who are content with your stagnation, for they are not aligned with your path. Your growth is sacred, and the people who truly care about you will see it as a privilege to witness and support your journey. Beloved, kindness is one of the most beautiful gifts you can offer the world. It reflects the strength of your heart, the depth of your compassion, and the generosity of your spirit. Yet, not everyone values kindness for what it truly is. Some see it as a weakness to exploit rather than a virtue to honor. When someone takes advantage of your kindness, they misuse the very essence of what makes you remarkable, leaving you drained and disheartened. These individuals are often skilled at identifying the compassionate and selfless people in their lives. They know you're the one who will go the extra mile, say yes when others won't, and give without expecting anything in return. Instead of appreciating, reciprocating your kindness, they abuse it. They may ask for favors repeatedly without offering help in return, take advantage of your generosity without gratitude, or manipulate your empathy to serve their own interests. Over time, this dynamic creates an unbalanced relationship where you're giving endlessly and receiving little to nothing. The exploitation of kindness often comes with subtle guilt or emotional manipulation. They might frame their requests in a way that makes you feel obligated or imply that denying them would make you less caring. But beloved, kindness doesn't mean sacrificing your boundaries or diminishing your worth to meet someone else's expectations. True kindness flourishes in healthy relationships, where it is met with respect, appreciation, and a willingness to give back. When someone exploits your kindness, it's not a reflection of your character, but of their inability to recognize the value of your heart. You are not meant to pour endlessly into people who refuse to pour back into you. Your kindness is a treasure, and it should be treated as such. Surround yourself with people who respect your generosity, who see your giving nature as a strength, not an opportunity for gain. Let go of those who exploit your heart and make space for relationships that honor and celebrate the beauty of your spirit. Beloved, your kindness is powerful, and it deserves to exist in a space where it is cherished and protected. Beloved, accountability is the cornerstone of integrity. It's the willingness to take responsibility for one's actions, words, and decisions. When someone consistently avoids accountability, they not only deny their mistakes, but also deflect blame, leaving others to bear the consequences of their actions. This behavior creates an environment of frustration, mistrust, and emotional exhaustion, especially for those who care about them deeply. People who avoid accountability often have a pattern of shifting blame onto others. They might say things like, "It's not my fault," or "You're overreacting," as a way to absolve themselves of responsibility. They may minimize their actions or use excuses to avoid facing the truth. Over time, this behavior erodes trust in the relationship. When someone refuses to acknowledge how their actions affect others, they fail to create a space where honesty and growth can flourish. It becomes difficult to rely on them, knowing they'll never own up to their part in the story. True care and connection require humility, the willingness to admit when we've fallen short, and the courage to make amends. People who genuinely care about you will take ownership of their mistakes. They'll apologize sincerely and make an effort to improve because they understand that accountability is not just about repairing the moment, it's about strengthening the bond between you. This is the time when someone avoids accountability, they prioritize their ego over the relationship, leaving you to carry the emotional burden of unresolved issues. Beloved, you deserve relationships where accountability is a shared value. You are not meant to shoulder the weight of someone else's irresponsibility or denial. Surround yourself with people who take responsibility for their actions and who are willing to grow alongside you. Let go of those who refuse to look inward, for their unwillingness to be accountable stifles the possibility of true connection. Remember, accountability is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, and the people who truly care about you will honor this truth in every aspect of your relationship. Beloved, boundaries are an expression of self-respect. They define where you end and another begins, creating a space for mutual understanding, trust, and emotional safety. When someone ignores your boundaries, they dismiss the essence of who you are and what you need to thrive. It's not just an act of disrespect. It's a statement that your comfort and well-being are secondary to their desires. People who ignore your boundaries often frame their actions as harmless or accuse you of being overly sensitive. They might test your limits repeatedly, pushing against your no to see if they can turn it into a yes. This behavior is a subtle but significant way of disregarding your autonomy and minimizing your voice. Over time, it can leave you feeling powerless, as though your needs and limits are invisible or irrelevant. Healthy relationships honor boundaries because they are rooted in respect and care. When someone truly values you, they listen when you express your limits and adjust their behavior accordingly. They don't question the validity of your boundaries or make you feel guilty for having them. Instead, they see your boundaries as a way to build trust and deepen the connection. When someone consistently ignores your boundaries, it's a clear indication that they are more concerned with their convenience than with the health of the relationship. Beloved, your boundaries are not negotiable. They are sacred. They protect your peace, preserve your energy, and ensure that your relationships are grounded in mutual respect. You deserve to be surrounded by people who honor your limits and celebrate your individuality. Let go of those who dismiss your boundaries, for their inability to respect you is a reflection of stand firm in your truth, knowing that the right people will see your boundaries not as barriers, but as bridges to a deeper, healthier connection.